What's up, YouTube? It's Austin here. I am trying to do a quick review of my NineBot S. I've owned it for just over a month now, and when I was originally researching, I found it a little bit tough to find any videos where somebody had been using it for more than like 5 days max for like kind of pleasure. So I wanted to try to use it for at least a few weeks, put some miles on it, and then try to do my own, review. So if you were me 30 days ago, maybe this will help you in your search. So essentially, I live very close to work. From my front door to my desk, it takes me about 10 minutes using the NineBot S, so it's very convenient. I've actually recently sold my car to pay off some debt and save some money for just a brief period here, so it's actually been doing really good for me in the meantime. There's some pros, there's some cons. I will put a screenshot in a second of the application that you use when you're kind of riding it. Kind of tracks your speed. It also tells you how far you've gone. I think I've done over 90 miles over the last month. I mean, I'm using it every single day, probably putting roughly 4 to 6 miles a day on the NineBot. So I've had a pretty good run with it so far. I really haven't had any problems at all. It's really been pretty solid. I think it's built extremely well. I think that it's I guess I don't really have much to go off of because I've never really ridden a hoverboard before. Maybe one time. It was one of the like really cheapy ones when they first came out. Other than that, I just kind of went for it a little bit. Thought it looked cool, and I didn't want a scooter. So this also fits under my desk really easy at work. It charges really fast. So, I'll go through a few quick videos later on where I'll ride it around and do my best to kind of show you what it feels like / looks like to ride it to the best of my ability. Some brief points about it. So it does self-balance, which most people when I'm riding and they comment on it, they don't understand that. They think that I'm like that good at balancing, which, sometimes I joke with them and tell them that I am. But it does really help you, obviously, so you can kind of focus on, I can watch videos or listen to music while I'm riding, and it really is no problem. I usually find myself going about, say, 10, 11 miles an hour max. Of course, it has the governor, and I'll get to that in a bit. It's a little bit annoying as far as kind of when you reach max speed, and depending on how much battery you have left, max speed will decrease to, save battery and kind of try to make it last a little bit longer. But it does this kind of lean back when you are going over that amount of speed. And I found it not only to be annoying, it kind of hurts, and it can be also dangerous from what I've realized. I'm only kind of spilled one time. It was like the first night that I was riding it. I haven't ever spilled after that, but the one issue is that lean back, because if you're going down a hill or if you are on totally flat ground and you're just going over the speed and you come across a bump or something of that nature, your toes are like pointing almost to the sky. It is so aggressive in regards to how it leans back. You literally have to come to a complete stop almost for it to kind of reset itself, which, sometimes you just can't do that, or you don't want to do that, and it's inconvenient. But not to go on a rant about that, but other than that, I think it looks good. I think it's built well. It weighs just over 20 pounds, so when I'm walking into work with it, I've had to build up my arm muscles a little bit. It is a little bit hefty, but you kind of get used to it. It's not that bad. So I'm going to stop talking now. I'm just trying to go ahead and do a few quick runs with it. Like I said, I'm going to do my best. If there's any other kind of angles or shots or things that you'd like me to post, that you'd like to understand about it, I'm happy to kind of do a follow-up video. The one thing that I did add as an accessory that did not originally come with it was a kickstand, and I do have the screenshot of where I bought that on Amazon. so you can grab it if you want as well. It's actually very well made. It's very sturdy, and it literally took probably 3 minutes to put it on. Very simple. Basically, you use this middle bar to turn, so you kind of use the inner portions of your leg. And after a while, momentum backwards. Slightly lean forward. Started riding it. The first few days, my calves were like burning because you don't realize how much from here to here. Also, sure, I thought it was cool. I was like, goodness gracious, this thing's giving me a workout. Sorry if it's a little windy. Only have a super got my iPhone and my AirPods. Yeah. Very simple. Like I said, overall, I give it an A+. I really don't have any issues with it. See, it does that little beep 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 when you go over the